going on, all you beautiful people? Welcome to the
Jesus!
Class vs. Crass gaming podcast. See, the thing is, when I turn on the mics hot, though, I can't really warn you when I'm about to do that. I'm your host, Hey Jay. Joining me, as always, the Crassy One, RGT86.
That's not my name, first off. Second off, your mic is popping loud.
Oh, shit. Thanks for reminding me.
Jesus! Sounds like a South Shore Mafia song or something. Yeah. Hi.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. I forgot because I spent like a week streaming on another channel and the mic was further away from me, so I needed to increase sensitivity. I actually did the whole show last week with it really high and it was popping the whole time, so thanks for reminding me of that.
No problem.
Welcome, everyone. It looks like we found the crowd again. Last week and the last few weeks, I think I've been doing it wrong. I've been doing YouTube wrong, and it wasn't notifying you all. And I think it's because they changed the mechanics. It was always on like I didn't change anything for over a year, and all of a sudden the viewership just dropped, and I realized, okay, let's do these check marks and stuff. Anyways, we're back. For those of you joining us for the first time, this is a 1 hour podcast where we talk about all the latest and greatest in gaming between us. So we go over the headlines, we go over what we've been playing for the past week, and then at the end we get into the lightning round. Sometimes we bring on guests. Last week we had 2 spontaneous guests join us. I don't expect that to happen again. And we sometimes have special episodes like this Thursday's Game Awards Class vs. Crass episode, which is a tradition here on Class vs. Crass. Going on now, the 4th annual Class vs. Crass at the Game Awards. Is it the 4th? It is the 4th.
3rd or 4th, yeah.
Last week we started a key giveaway, which is actually still going because I didn't really change anything about it. So if you check out in the description below, there is a giveaway for a bunch of Star Wars games there. All you got to do is subscribe to this channel and Kevin's channel. You can do it for the giveaway and you can unsubscribe after. And I only say that because it's a Spanish only channel. So if you don't speak Spanish or understand Spanish, it's not very useful to you. But Kevin is in the chat and he's the one who donated the keys. So thank you for that. And he's given us more keys. I just haven't set them up. So that will be for our next stream. We're going to do some giveaways. Thursday, we're going to have more guests. It's going to be like a 4-hour stream. It's going to be a good time.
We have guests?
We always have guests. Remember one year we had Re-Res.
4 hours! Jesus Lord!
It's the time of year where you willingly let me torture you. So
but
it's your Christmas gift to me.
But if something big happens, I obviously have to film. Oh. But I mean, it would literally consist of me, instead of looking this way, I would just look this way.
I know. You've done this before.
Well, that was when I had to do separate rooms. Remember, I left for like 15 minutes and then came back. You're like, where were we? I was like, man, I don't know. And then I uploaded a video.
RGT uploaded a new video, yeah. So you've got it down to a science. I'm not even worried about the impact it would have on a stream if you go out and do a video.
That'd be fun.
What you munching on?
Nacho cheese, tortilla chips, the healthy ones from CvS.
Look at you being all healthy.
Nah, I didn't feel like going to the grocery store today. I needed some food for the next couple days.
Yeah. I've got some goodies here. I just got some dark chocolate roasted almond chocolate here. I'm just gonna be munching on. Goes well with the coffee. I just realized right after the Game Awards are done, Smash Ultimate hits. Pretty much like an hour after. It's gonna
be like a crazy week this week. Like PlayStation Classic drops.
Drops its reputation.
Didn't really have one. Katamari Damacy drops.
Oh yeah.
Sega Genesis Collection drops, but I've already reviewed that. I've had that, luckily. I got it here. Here's a fun story. So OJ gave me a contact for Bandai Namco. I'm like, great. Now I can get Katamari. Fill out the request for Katamari. They send me a Steam version. Steam! What am I supposed to do?
Steam.
What am I supposed to do with Steam? I'm like, fuck. So I'm going to email them tonight and just be like, hey, appreciate that. Is there any way I could maybe get a Switch copy?
No,
like,
those are more valuable.
Well, no, I mean, I will. It's going to get them more publicity if I do a Switch review than a Steam review.
Of course. But on the behind the scenes, this is how it works. As a developer, you can go into Steam, you can go like generate keys, and it's like, brrr, you got all the keys. on any console, you have to go to the publisher and say, "Excuse me, good sir, could I have X amount of keys?" And then they're like, "We suppose you could." So there's a little bit more process involved in getting keys. That's why the Switch and the PS4 and that other green console keys take a little bit longer.
Doesn't matter though if it's gonna be better for you in the long run.
I just realized, has Xbox ever color coordinated their console, or has it always been black and white? Like the official, like I know that there's always these off ones, but
Well, I mean, they did the Halos one.
nah, it's not really official.
I mean, it is.
Like it's not a mainline one. It wasn't green though, was it?
It was translucent green.
Oh, that was an Xbox, like the original Xbox.
Yes.
So we've been doing the snacking. Let's run this screen here. One sec. And now, what have you been playing? We didn't meet last week, did we? Were we here together last week?
No, I was.
Oh yeah, you were on holiday.
Yeah, I was on holiday.
Because Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I played a lot of shit. I actually finished. I guess we'll start with Thanksgiving. I finished Batman Telltale on the Switch.
It's funny that you started that because I just started Batman, the better one, Arkham Asylum.
I like Arkham City better than Arkham Asylum.
I got both. I got Return for Arkham.
City is way better in my opinion. Asylum is good,
Right.
But City there's so much more to do in my opinion. But yeah, I finished the Telltale game because I never got around to finishing it. Played more NBA 2K. Played a lot of the Sega Genesis Classics collection.
How many games are on there?
It was over 50.
Yeah.
I had because I was reviewing that. What else? I gave away my Super Mario Party to my cousin, like I had planned on doing, because I didn't want that shit. I played Horizon Chase Turbo, which is a really, really good throwback arcade racer. I think you guys on Nintendo Enthusiast just reviewed it. I didn't read the review though. If you gave it anything under an 8, though, you need to fire whoever wrote it.
Let's see who it is.
It's seriously, if it's anything under an 8, that person needs to be fired, because that game is.
I'm seeing Mud Runner, Warframe.
Oh no, here it is. It was AK. It was AK.
Of course it was.
You not do scores anymore?
Oh shit, we're supposed to.
Yeah, you didn't do.
What?
No, you didn't do a score.
Oh damn it! What's it called?
Horizon Chase Turbo.
Okay. Well, that's not good. Whoops.
Anyways, super good game. If you like Daytona USA, Outrun, Pole Position, virtual racing, old school arcade racers, it's definitely good. And then I played a lot of Warframe, and I'm still playing a lot of Warframe, and I absolutely love Warframe.
Elaborate on that for us non-Warframe people.
Man, it's so good. Like you're a space ninja, and you shoot guns.
That sells it pretty hard right there.
All right, and it's literally one of the best looking games on the Switch. It's one of the best playing games in terms of content, in terms of free. It's all free as well. Gameplay is super smooth. There's a ton of stuff to do. There's a ton of customization. There's in-game text chat. There's in-game native voice chat. No stupid cell phone app. It is a bit grindy, definitely. Like right now, I'm having to grind some resources in order to advance one of the quests. But like it's an MMO. Like people drop in, drop out all the time. So if you're not used to MMOs, which I'm not used to MMOs, like it can be very sort of overwhelming at first. But once it clicks, like, and everything starts to make sense, and you start to understand what you're doing, like it's so much fun.
You really did sell me on this just by saying Cyber Ninja. I'm looking it up right now. I'll probably give this a whirl later.
It's fun, dude.
And it's free. Like it's so little risk.
It's yeah, exactly. So yeah, Warframe, and then I guess really that's about it. I didn't buy anything on Black Friday because I'm poor.
You didn't punch anybody?
Hell no, dude. I wasn't going out in that nonsense. I slept till like 11, ate some pancakes my grandma made.
You sure they weren't hotcakes?
They were pancakes.
Okay. Thank you, Jose. I've been digging away at a lot of like random older stuff. I've really been jumping around in my games recently, which is not something I usually do. So I've been hacking away at Spyro some more, finished Spyro, Ripto's Rage, 100%ed. My second platinum trophy I've ever gotten. First one being Spyro, the first one. Spyro, the Year of the Dragon, oh my god. Like, it's better, but it's worse. I don't know if you've played them. You know what I mean?
I messed around with the other two, but I only really did the whole first one.
Right. The second one is better. It improved over the first one in every way possible. And the third one improved by adding things, but it also sucked more. Like, I feel the difficulty curve just spikes on the third one in ways that's not fun. Like, it's more, there's things that just feel ridiculously hard for the sake of being hard, not for the sake of being challenging. So I'm not enjoying that. I'm at 50%, and I just, like, walked away. Went back into Uncharted 4, because that's been sucking away, like, 65 gig of memory on my hard drive. And I haven't touched it in, like, 2 years, and I was around chapter 20, so I'm like, all right, let's just finish this off. So I finally, yes, it was Ripto's Rage. I might have said it wrong. So I finally finished off Uncharted 4 last night, which was a super beautiful ending. You played this, right? Uncharted 4?
No.
Really? Wow. I thought you doubt. Do you hate Uncharted?
I don't hate them.
I lose track of the PlayStation exclusive you dislike.
I'm not a huge... I think they're a bit overrated. I think they're super good games, but I don't know.
It's fun. I missed the whole, like, the little banter when you're playing. I really enjoy that. So, finished that. And then I was able to delete that so I could download my Batman Arkham, Return to Arkham, because I beat Arkham City, which was the third one in the trilogy, but I never played City or Asylum. So now I'm going back. You mean
the Origins?
I have Origins too on the Wii U, but like...
Okay, well, you said you beat City, but you haven't beat City.
No, I said I beat Knight, Arkham Knight, the one that you don't like.
I didn't like the Batmobile in it.
I love the Batmobile, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's technically 4 then.
There's 4, but there's the trilogy that everyone talks about. There's the good trilogy. Origins is kind of an outlier, isn't it?
Kind of.
And that's a prequel to Asylum, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't think I finished that one.
I didn't either. The mechanics were a little rough. And it's on the Wii U, which is not plugged in. So yeah, did Uncharted 4. Did more Diablo, which is starting to feel a little repetitive. Like I'm getting less and less out of it now. But I'll probably dive back into that. Continuing Pokemon Let's Go. I finally hit...
Oh yeah, I forgot about Let's Go. Shit.
Where are you at in that one?
I don't remember.
Yeah, okay. I just hit, I think it's Celadon, like the main central hub in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
It takes a lot longer to get the 4th gym badge, when you consider like the time it takes to get the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Then there's like this huge gap of time to get the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So yeah, playing a lot of that. Oh, Celeste. I also picked up Celeste last week. Finally.
That's a game of the year.
Yeah, and it's on sale right now, so I figured now was the time to get into it. I played it last weekend just for like a really brief amount of time. It's pretty good. It's exactly what I expected. Tried to play it at the office, like in handheld with, it wasn't so much handheld. I just didn't have my Pro Controller with me. And I was dying so much because of the, I just can't like get as good of a grip using I can't even find it right now, but the dog ear controller, for lack of a better word. So I'm like, all right, I can never play Celeste without a Pro Controller. So, Jake says Origin wasn't made by Rocksteady.
Right.
That's why we don't count that one. Tron's Realm can't stand Uncharted series. I understand why people love them, but they feel too linear and on rails. Yeah, they definitely are. But it's kind of an interactive story. That's what's fun about it. So yeah, been dabbling a lot. A lot of people are telling me though I'm not far enough in Celeste to appreciate it because I'm not seeing the 10 out of 10 yet. So I gotta keep playing, and we'll get to it. So yeah, fun holiday season to be playing.
Indeed.
All right. Forgot to say at the beginning of the show what our topics are going to be tonight, but as you can probably see in our headlines, We're going to be talking about Fallout 76, kind of the backlash there, Bethesda just dropping the ball all over. There's actually not that much to talk about other than Bethesda WTF. Then we're going to be looking at the announcement that Nintendo out of nowhere just drops the creator program, just like boom, it's gone. And I can't speak much to the PlayStation Classic, but I know Sean has a little rant in one of his chambers there, just waiting to come out. You can see it in his eyes.
Maybe.
And what else do we have? People seem to be talking about GameStop, so let's talk about GameStop too. But first, before we get into our headlines, let's play this little slider thing. Aren't those cool? I like those.
I don't ever see them.
You've never seen them?
No.
No, you gotta watch the show back. Hey, Elizabeth, thank you. Yeah, I did not feel like dressing up tonight. So let's get started with Fallout 76. What the hell happened there? How did the Fallout series go from, being loved so much from 3? Las Vegas came after 3, right?
New Vegas.
New Vegas is what it was. That's right. 3, New Vegas. 4 being like the epitome of hype. And then 76 just bombing hard. Like, I know between you and I, there's not much here that we can say other than just Bethesda dropped the ball here.
Well, I mean, it's not just they dropped the ball on the game. They dropped the ball on everything involving the game. First off, the game is extremely rushed. There's actually code used in it with the same. It's literally script for script code from Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 used in the game, even with the same like marking identifications that a developer would go in behind to look at notes about what was going on.
Seriously? Like people like mined this and found this? Wow.
Yeah. The game was not what anyone really wanted, I don't think. I think people wanted Fallout with friends, as in an actual Fallout game that has like a story and not just some bullshit where you make it up as you go along. Bethesda games have always been pretty buggy and glitchy, especially at launch. And considering there was no online component in main games like Fallout and Elder Scrolls games, introducing an all online thing. Yes, there was the Elder Scrolls online game, but I mean, look at that game in terms of performance and graphics and things like that. It's obviously not a full scale sort of Elder Scrolls experience that you would have in single player. They pretty much just try to transport the single player from Fallout into a multiplayer game, but completely stripped away the story. So there's no narrative. There's no the whole fun about Fallout, to me at least, is going around and finding these people who are in this barren wasteland who all have stories, and there's missions and there's reasons why they do what they do and how they live. And it's like, if you take all that away and just put it in little voice recordings and shit, and you and other players are supposed to make it up, like that doesn't work. And then there's the whole thing where they essentially sort of lied about the game. They rushed it out. They screw over people in terms of they screw over the most hardcore fans. The people that are buying your $200 Power Armor edition are not casual people to the Fallout universe. These are the people who love your stuff, who want to spend the most money on your stuff. And then to give them a shitty bag, a shitty nylon bag instead of the canvas bag that you were supposed to give them is just a smack in the face. And then there was actually an update to that where the nice canvas bags were actually given to influencers beforehand.
Really?
Even though it was too expensive to make those, because canvas is very expensive. So they did like shitty nylon Walmart bags that you could get for like $1 or something. Like Bethesda has always. I've never really loved Bethesda. I like them, but I've always thought that all of their mainline games were extremely buggy, but people give them a pass because the world is so big. Even though when you compare it to a Rockstar open world game, Rockstar's open worlds are much, much tighter. But I think this is finally the straw that broke the camel's back. So, it's in some ways it's probably good, because if consumers would have just slurped up the nonsense that was Fallout 76, like Bethesda would have just sort of gone on cruise control like they have been to some extent. So, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, but yeah, it's just crazy.
Because they didn't have anything else this year, right? Like if we consider Like clearly
Well, I
it was
mean,
a rush game, but
if you look at their last two games, in terms of sales and stuff like that,
right.
they were what the Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein. Like both of
Wolfenstein
those
2
games.
and Doom was last year too, wasn't it?
Well, I'm talking about multi-plats. I'm not
Oh,
talking about
okay.
Switch specific. But if you look at those two games didn't sell that great. They
Right.
sold pretty poorly.
Right.
So it's almost like they were forced maybe to do something, and this is what they chose to do.
Mm.
But yeah, like I don't know, like it's very shitty. Like if I would have, bought that $200 edition,
Right.
and gotten bait and switched like that, like I'd have been pissed.
Right.
Pissed.
Do you think companies try to put too much, you see a lot of companies try to tap into, instead of just selling a video game as a one-time, like there's proper terms for this and they're escaping me right now, but there's the single player campaigns, but you see a lot of companies, they try to build the multiplayer ecosystem, which keeps running for multiple years. And then
Games in development.
That's not the word I'm looking for.
That's what it's called.
I mean, you could say it's like that.
Ongoing game.
Like an ongoing game, like Destiny 2, that was the whole, Destiny. Actually, all these games are like this now. Call of Duty, PUBG, all the first-person shooters pretty much are designed to...
Games as a service.
Games as a service, that's the word I'm looking for, thank you.
It's multiple words.
That's the term I'm looking for, thank you.
Oh, okay.
So do you think that they were maybe trying to go that route and just fell on their faces hard?
Of course they were, but it's harder and harder to get... Here's the problem with games as a service. Games as a service, to me, have never been worth $60. And I think that people are starting to realize that as well. Because when you look at, a multitude of different things, look at PUBG versus Fortnite. There's a reason why Fortnite took off as well as it did. Yes, it was a good game, but it was Fortnite. Fortnite was free. Mm-hmm. Look at a game like Fallout 76 versus fucking Warframe. There we go. Like Warframe on the Switch runs better than Fallout 76 does on the PC, and the PC version is supposed to be like the superior version. And I'm not even talking about like graphics and shit like that. I'm just talking about from a strictly performance standpoint. And one game cost you $60, and one game was free with things like Game Pass.
Right.
Sea of Thieves was a games as a service game. Right. Yes, some people did buy the game because maybe they really liked it, but most people who played that game got it on Game Pass because they paid $10 a month or whatever the fuck it is for Game Pass. So you can't, in my mind, you can't charge $60 for a games as a service. I really want to eat this whole packet of hot picante.
Can you do that right now?
We only have 48 viewers. If we had 50, I would.
You heard the man. Let's get us 3 more viewers in here.
Like,
so
I keep playing. Dude, I used to do it with
four more viewers. Viewers are going down. Come on, guys, get your friends in here. Get them to subscribe too while they're here.
Arby's sauce. I used to drink
that
Arby's sauce.
Isn't even really that hot.
No, it's not. It's just tasty, and I kind of want to try it.
All right, before we get off track here, I totally agree with you. These companies are trying to do something. They're trying to merge two models in the complete wrong way. It's either games as a service or your one-time entry, your one-time fee to do. You can't have both, right? You're either charging $60 for a new game, or you're giving the game for free. It becomes a game as a service, and then you're betting on people investing in the game as they get into it, and they're dropping, on microtransactions. There we go. Speaking of games as a service, I forgot to say in what we've been playing, I got into Magic the Gathering. They have like an online arena game now today. Not today. Mm-hmm. I got into it today, but just released recently. So it's like Hearthstone, but with Magic the Gathering, which is a game with arguably more depth. So it's good to be back into Magic and not having to pay a lot of money yet.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You put this challenge on and everybody just left.
Oh, well.
Dropping. Oh, well. Another time. Another thing with, Bethesda that I didn't understand, I have to admit, over the last few years, their hype has really been rising. They've been getting more involved with E3, having their own presser, having their own like little Bethesda land, and really putting their IPs up there and kind of respecting them and polishing them off, at least in how they market it and create hype. And I have to admit that drew my attention as someone who was never really into Bethesda games. And I've dropped some money and bought some Bethesda games. And they all feel really outdated. Like, I think they all use the same engine, right? And
Yes.
like pretty much like Skyrim, well, pretty much their Elder Scrolls Doom, maybe not Doom.
No, Doom and Doom.
It's the same
No,
thing.
don't. I don't. Although id Software is a part of Bethesda,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put them in the same because id Software games are completely different.
Yeah,
than
yeah, okay. So I'll leave Doom alone. Won't touch Doom. But all the other games, they all feel very similar, and they're like they just feel like, I don't know, an early 2000 like game that has a lot of polish. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It like feels clunky. It doesn't feel like tight and sexy like the other modern games that are coming out.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
to some degree.
yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see though what they do and if they're gonna be doing anything at the game. Are they doing anything at the Game Awards? Did they tease anything?
Bethesda?
Yeah, I think they're gonna want Duck Low for this week.
Yeah, they won't be at the Game Awards.
Yeah, it's kind of hiding. Let's talk about this Nintendo Creator Program. Comes to an end, which means the whole thing that used to make influencers have to register their videos through a Nintendo Creator Program to get a cut of money has been abolished. Nintendo is now saying, here you go, use all of our footage. You can make money just like all the other companies. And this kind of dropped out of nowhere. At least for me, it dropped out of a message from you, and it was like on a Friday night or something.
Yeah.
Is this a sign of Nintendo? The new CEO is in place now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's thank you leakers. It's because of the Smash leaks.
Why do you say that?
Because if you look in the fine print of the thing, I'm going to eat this anyways. If you look in the fine print, it says that you can only do things that are completely approved by Nintendo, such as trailers, marketing, blah blah blah. The game has to be within an embargo set by them. So now they have a reason to go after, because all those Smash leaks popped up on YouTube.
Yep.
Nintendo struck them down, and all these fucking idiots were like, "Wah, my channel got shut down." It's like, what do you expect? Like, you technically broke embargo. Like, so now they have more control over that. So I think all of the Smash leaks actually sort of, kickstarted this into development faster.
I still don't follow you. You're saying people, because Nintendo had the power to ban these people before, which they were, and you're saying
Bad
because
Bad PR.
Oh, because it used to be an algorithm that would have done this. Now you're saying anybody can do it. There's no bad PR, except for the people that break the embargo. Then they come down on them, and then it feels more justified.
Exactly. It's fucking glorious, though. You can literally use trailers, Nintendo Directs.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with you guys, there are companies out there, Bandai Namco, Capcom. If you use their trailers, you get hit with a strike or a copyright claim, so you won't make money on that video. So that's why you can only do the 10-second thing. If you ever watch any of my Nintendo reviews, first-party games on the channel, they're always 10-second clips of gameplay. Then it goes back to me, and then it's back to 10 seconds of gameplay, because that's how Nintendo that was a way around what Nintendo was doing. So, because I would like to make money if I can on the video. So this now, it's so good. Like it's very. I don't understand. I don't really get why many people outside of content creation care as much as they do. Like, I've seen a lot of videos on the subject get a lot of views. I don't know. Maybe they're interested in what the big deal about it is, but like, this is a very big deal, because now it makes it so much easier. You can stream Nintendo content on your channel. Mm-hmm. So if anything, like, this is very smart it was something that never should have been a thing in the first place.
Right.
But the fact that now it has been removed, better late than never, it's a very good thing.
Right. I'm seeing, I think a donation came in 39 minutes ago, but I did not get notified. If I'm reading this correctly, thank you, Avidian, for that donation. It's weird that this thing went
Who?
off. Avidian?
Abaddon!
Abaddon. Oh my God. Calm yourself down. So this means we're going to see, we will see more Nintendo content now on Twitch, YouTube, streaming as well.
Twitch was never a problem.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't care about Twitch.
That's odd. So what do you think this is going to change in the YouTuber landscape. And, you have a very good view of this because you're someone that grew out of a Nintendo viewership that I would say kind of kept a foot in there and learned how to create content around it. And a lot of the YouTube creators you work with also have a hand in Nintendo content. So do you think this is going to open the floodgates for people to try to come in, like bigger channels that have just kind of avoided Nintendo for all the trouble it was worth? Are they going to now start flooding YouTube with a lot more Nintendo content? Is this going to put more pressure on you guys as creators? Like, do you think the landscape's going to change at all here?
No.
Wow, that's a very elaborate answer. Thank you.
I mean, okay, so most of these bigger, like Angry Joe is probably someone that a lot of people are looking forward to for doing Nintendo content. But I mean, you gotta, it's sort of like, there's people who have been doing Nintendo content and Nintendo reviews all along in spite of it. And, I don't think it's this, if anything, it might help because of how tags and SEO works. Like if a bigger channel is covering a Nintendo game, I mean, the thing about YouTube is, I mean, hell, how many times do Spawnwave, myself, and Wood review the same game? Like it happens all the time. Yeah. It's down to all three of us like and dislike different things in different games. So it really comes down to the personality more so than the game itself. Maybe you won't get as many new viewers in on it, but I'm not worried about it.
Like, is it safe to say, and I'm just speculating here, that the whole Nintendo ban, the bigger YouTubers took it to an extreme saying, oh, Nintendo's taking a cut. No, they're just taking all the money. It's crazy stuff. And they didn't even want to touch it. And they ran the name through the mud. Do you think that created kind of an environment where more smaller YouTubers were able to rise? Because, there's a big batch of YouTubers that pretty much passed the 100,000 subscriber mark in the last year of people we know. And that we saw with the Switch coming out, because a lot of creators, nobody was touching Nintendo in the Wii U days other than you and I, and that was a stupid move. But when the Switch came out, you saw a lot of creators focus around the Switch, and they took off with that. And none of these bigger channels were touching it. So I'm just curious to see how that's going to change now.
So name me some bigger channels you have in mind.
That we're not touching it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Angry Joe
Besides
is the
Joe.
one. He's the one that's been the most vocal.
Like, how many big channels out there have completely abandoned Nintendo coverage besides Joe that are going to get back into it? I can't think of any.
I don't know, because I don't pay attention to them.
I don't pay attention to them either, but I really can't think of any channels that have completely abandoned Nintendo coverage besides Joe.
Right.
And now Joe will probably get back into it.
Right, maybe.
Like
PewDiePie says that. Avidin.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't review games. I'm talking about from a review standpoint. I don't give a shit about news and stuff like that. People are always going to do news. I'll do my news tags better.
Jim Sterling, I think, is another one.
How many videos does he pump out, though?
I don't know.
How many game reviews does he pump out? Like, he's more of an industry talk person than a reviewer.
Yeah.
He does his reviews, of course, but I think you're over. To me, I think the rise of content creators that maybe got something off of Switch reviews are the people that are now the people looked at towards in gaming more so than other channels. Because channels, people go look at fucking JonTron. JonTron went away for what, 2 years or some shit. And
so you're saying it's more of the highs and lows, and there's a new generation that grew with the Switch wave, is what you're saying.
To some degree, yeah, but I mean, you can't just attribute. I mean, okay, one of my highest viewed videos right now, is a PlayStation Classic video that I just did a week ago. That's got over 220,000 views. Thank you very much.
I watched that one.
So it's like you never know. YouTube's a fickle beast. I don't think more people doing Nintendo stuff is going to hurt anyone, though, because all it's going to do is, at the end of the day, worst case, you just got to step up your game.
Right.
Okay.
Some are saying that this move is also an indication that YouTube could be coming to. Wait, no, not YouTube. YouTube streaming could be coming to the Switch, like a service that just lets you stream the game directly from the Switch.
Okay. Maybe.
That'd be interesting, if true.
I mean,
I
no
don't know
big
what
deal
I
for me.
did, but I
I
just
use
mirrored. What is happening?
um
Okay, we're good.
I mean, I just use an Elgato, so.
Okay. Next question related to this. We're seeing this move. We're seeing a much younger CEO in place on Nintendo. This is a modern move compared to Nintendo's archaic, otherwise, rules that they put in place. Do you think we're going to see 2019 being a more modern year for Nintendo, where they're adopting more, dare I say, industry standards? Having streaming services on their console, having a
Um,
normal voice chat system, having a better online subscription service.
no, that's a stretch.
It's too much, huh?
They're gonna have a banger of a year, as I stated in my 2019 is the year of the Switch video,
Mm,
from yesterday. One of the 3 videos from yesterday, because I was a busy boy. But no, I don't think that's indicative of anything like that. It's not like these decisions are made overnight, even though some of them probably could and should be done overnight.
right.
It's probably a part of a bigger picture, and it would be nice. Definitely a nice pipe dream. I hate the stupid voice chat app, but
Yeah.
you know,
And it's even worse that you see the third party companies come in with their games on the Switch with perfectly normal voice chat. But a Nintendo first party, it's like, got to use 20 gadgets to make it work.
I mean, the thing of it is the 2 of the free to play games have native voice chat built in,
Right.
and I think if Paladins doesn't, I think it's supposed to be getting it, right?
I don't know. What's on your shirt?
Oh, it's Stephanie and DJ doing a W sign, kind of like Wu Tang. So then somebody
Oh,
made
and
a
then
shirt
it's
out of
inside the
it.
Wu Tang.
Yeah, shit's tight.
Of course. All right, let's go into our next topic. Actually, let's look at the comments if there's anything else here that we've got. We got Trion's Realm. Good riddance to the creators program was such a backwards program that actively worked against Nintendo's promotion. That agree with you there. Nothing else really. Not too many opinions on that. Next, GameStop is in the news for multiple reasons, mainly because they've released their, I think, Q3. So what's in
Yes.
the news is GameStop plunges, so their stock plunged like 11% after the company has slashed its full year profit outlook. So they're basically saying, everybody, in 2018, we're going to make a lot less money than we thought. I was trying to see if they were blaming anything, like specifically, but they're just saying in general their earnings are going to go down.
Lower
Lower than anticipated.
lower pre-owned sales, lower sales on a lot of shit. They lost essentially 500 mil because of the stock market.
Right. So I saw this floating around on Twitter, and if you check out their stock, it's actually a really fun picture if you go back 5 years.
Oh yeah, I did a video on it.
I'm sure you did. You do a video on everything, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So over here, if you go back 5 years, the company, for those, let's talk in basic stock terms here. The company was fluctuating at about, let's say $40 US. 2014, 2015, 2016. I'm not sure what happened at the end of 2015. I'm assuming they lost a lot of money and investors just lost confidence, because like stocks don't really mean anything other than what the investors think the company is worth, but it's often driven by company earnings, profits, and all that. So I'm assuming GameStop did a big boo-boo here, for whatever reason, and they've just been going on in this massive like downward spiral since, and now their stock is only worth about $13, $12 in the last few days, which is pretty bad. I don't know if you can normalize this per week or is this per day. Yeah, if we go max. Oh wow, it peaked before in 2007, then it dropped, and then it went back up. Anyway, that's interesting. But in recent times, GameStop is at an all-time low, and we're not going to be financial analysts here, but we all know a little bit about GameStop. I don't know that much about their strategy, what they're trying to do to turn this out, but
They don't have one.
right,
They don't have a strategy.
that's probably the best way to put it. I don't know what they look like for you guys in the US. In Canada, there's actually very little games at GameStop. When I go in there, I don't go in there to look at video games anymore. I go in to look at all the other swag, because 80% of the store are
It's toys.
toys, board games, You can get some mugs, glasses, all sorts of. You can get cards now. You can get pretty much everything but video games. Oftentimes, their video game selection is pretty weak. And if I want to go, I used to like going there to buy new games. And oftentimes they didn't have it. They're like, oh, did you pre-order it? Like, no, I didn't pre-order it because I want to spontaneously buy it right now. I'm like, well, we don't have it. So I started doing it digitally. And after 2-3 times of getting burnt, I'm just so tired of that hassle of leaving the house to go to a store to pick something up, to be told we don't have it, that I just, I get it on I just download it. Boom, it's there all the time. And I can play it within a few hours. Yeah, so how are they in the U.S.?
Not that bad, but there's definitely a strong presence of toys and random crap like that.
Mm-hmm. It's... I know we both agree here. I think we all agree. You were saying in the U.S. you guys have like one on every corner pretty much.
Yeah, like they need to down. The problem is they bought out everyone. They bought out all of their competitors, and then they ended up with way too many stores. They hardly closed. Although, here's a fucking funny story.
How funny?
On Black Friday, I was like, maybe I'll go out in the afternoon because there's a couple things I want. And so I get on my phone, and I'm getting directions to the GameStop that was literally like 3 miles from my grandma's house, and they closed that motherfucker.
Wow.
I was literally there in May, and I bought an AC adapter for my Switch because I didn't bring it. Actually, I did bring it, but I didn't think I brought it. So yeah, and I went and I bought a damn AC adapter, and then I was gonna go there and just pick up a couple things, and they were closed, and I was very sad, and I went back and sat on the couch.
Oh,
piece of shit.
Yeah, just from my home here, I think I have 3 GameStops all within the same proximity, and it's about a 5-minute drive. I can drive north, south, the other direction, east, maybe. West is
east.
West is wildlands, so there's nothing out there.
Scary.
Yeah, that's where I live. So, do you think we're gonna see the end of GameStop before 2020?
No. It's not gonna completely go away. It's just gonna, like I said, they're gonna have to downsize.
I think it could go away. I mean, that stock is scraping the bottom, man. It's gonna be under $10 soon.
It's rough. It's definitely bad, but I don't think it's that bad.
No, okay.
There'll probably be some downsizing, reshifting, all that, all those BS terms and stuff like that. But as far as completely going away, nah, I don't think so.
All right. Time will tell. Did you want to share some of the audience members here were asking about your thoughts on the PlayStation Classic?
Fuck that thing.
Right.
Comes in tomorrow.
You're actually going to play it, eh?
I have to review the damn thing.
Do you have actual if you were not a creator, would you even be interested in picking it up?
No.
Zero appeal.
Now today, correct. When it was first unveiled, I was very interested in it. I was very excited for it. Now today, no.
I have zero interest from day one when they released the first titles. It's just not appealing to me. Like the PlayStation titles, especially the ones they chose, they're all accessible in a much easier
The only thing
format.
I'm interested in doing is hacking it.
Is it already like...
I don't think it's already hacked, but it will be hacked very soon. And then that'll be fun.
Don't you have like a ton of classics right now? Like how many mini consoles do you have?
Too many. But I'll always take more.
All right. What do you guys think in the chat? We are kind of entering the lightning round. I'm going to put up the official little card soon. But what do you guys think about the... You know what? Let's start the lightning round now. It is 45. What do you guys think about the PlayStation Classic? Are you guys picking it up? Is it releasing tomorrow or you're getting it tomorrow?
No, it releases tomorrow.
Okay. Are you guys picking up the PlayStation Classic? What do you think about GameStop? Do you guys still shop there? Have you given up on it? What else did we talk about? Fallout 76. Have any of you picked it up? What has your experience been with it? And the Nintendo Creator Program. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's going to be a more modern Nintendo in 2019? Do you think you're going to see the YouTube Twitch landscape change at all? Let us know.
Twitch doesn't matter. I told you.
I feel like it influenced it.
No, it didn't. Why? You could stream on there with no problems. Why would that influence it?
I don't know. There's people saying like I can't stream on Twitch because of
That's why
Nintendo.
people streamed Nintendo shit on Twitch.
Yeah.
Was because there was no issues.
We'll see. Let's run the card. And first question is bad latency, saying the moment I saw the controller, I knew the PS Classic would be a dumpster fire. Because it was...
No dual shock.
That's what I figured, yeah. Although the later PlayStation 1 actually did have the DualShock later on, didn't it? In its life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sergeant Crack, I haven't shopped at GameStop in almost 10 years. And why is that? Avon Smith, PlayStation Classic, nope. Avedon! Do you know this person?
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah,
I met him at Long Island Retro.
Avedon, okay. I can buy 3 Switch games for that amount. You can buy a lot more Switch games for that amount if you don't go all new. Sean French says, I might invest in GameStop. Not kidding. You do what you want with your money, but I'm definitely not investing in GameStop. They got to go up from here. Famous lines before something bad happened.
I might have a point, though.
He could. If they roll out a strategy of, I'm not going to tell them how to do their business, but if they can figure out a way to make it work, if that stock rises to $20, boom, you're in business if you buy now. Santiago, last time I was in a GameStop was when FE Fire Emblem Awakenings released, and that's only because I couldn't find it anywhere else. They still didn't have it. Isn't that fun?
Jeez.
Kat saying, I wish the classic consoles encouraged adding games to it more, and maybe adding more stuff like documentaries and concept art. So more goodies would entice
That would be cool.
them to buy. Yeah, there's a lot more games now that let you unlock that. Like Spyro has that. If you do all the skill points things, I don't know if that was built into the original, but you unlock the concept art for it.
I did not know that.
Jake saying for the PlayStation Classic, it should have had DualShock and Ape Escape.
Yep.
Elizabeth saying the animation for Sean should be redone. Why is that? Oh, he's lost weight. Also, we need to remove the Dr. Pepper from his hand and just put water on there because this guy is all healthy now.
I was drinking Sprite tonight.
What?
No caffeine. I limit my caffeine intake.
Wow. Oh, yeah. You used to not be able to sleep because you were all hyped up on the pepper.
Yep.
All right.
What's with the Switch version of Sega Classics missing the 2 Wonder Boy games? I'm not sure. I think there's something going on with that license because technically Monster Boy, which is coming out this week on the Switch, I hear it's fucking amazing, was supposed to be a Wonder Boy game.
Hey, we have 50 viewers.
I already ate the packet of hot picante.
Oh, I missed it.
There's still a little more.
Lick it. Lick it. Is it picante?
It's not very hot at all.
No.
Yeah, so I think it has to do. I think there's something up with the licensing of that game, which really makes no sense. But I don't know.
With Wonder Boy.
Yeah, it's weird.
RGT Real Good Taken.
I'll take it.
Okay. Sergeant Crack following up on why he doesn't go to GameStop anymore. GameStop hasn't been customer friendly in a long time, and their employees like crap, and they always try to rush you down with the pre-orders.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
That's because of upper management, though. It's all upper management's fault. They promote this. They force it down your throat to where you don't even have a choice. If you want to keep your job, you got to get a certain amount of pre-orders and a certain amount of sign-ups on the cards and all this shit. It's nuts. It's a terrible place to work.
I don't like going there because I always feel, I don't know, I feel like overqualified to just freaking walk into one of those places. Like every time that they there's "Can I help you?" which is basic customer service, which I'm fine with. But then they're like, oh, did you hear about this new game coming out? And then like they can't even explain the game properly to me, or they talk to me like I don't know what a Mario is or anything. It's just like, I really don't want to be talked to that way. Like, you know, I usually don't like talking to other people randomly just when I'm shopping. Like, just leave me alone. I'm in here on a mission. I just want to browse. Yes, you can ask me if you can help me with anything, to which I will say no. But, like, don't go beyond that and try to sell me on Like, I know every game coming out. Just go back behind the desk.
Well, maybe they don't. Maybe you think that you don't know it.
I know. Like, did you see they got some new Fortnite if you want to play that Fortnite? I'm like, no, go away. And even just like overhearing what they're like advising to parents is like, oh my God. Makes me want to just like shout. Sean French with, what is your personal game of the year, guys? That's a good question.
Red Dead.
I didn't know you played that.
Every time we talk about Red Dead, you literally say, I didn't know you played that.
I just blanked it out.
Yeah, I'll say Red Dead. I really enjoyed Starlink, though.
Because you always make a big scene when you like love a game. Like, I'll remember that you love Warhammer. It's not Warhammer.
Warframe?
Yeah. I'll remember it just like that. But I don't remember you talking about Red Dead that much.
I mean, it's not a game that you really have to sell people on.
I feel biased because it's recent. Right now, Spyro really has like, I've never been so invested in a game to 100% it, like the way 100% Spyro. Spyro Reignited Trilogy is up there. I know that's weak, but the other like AAA games didn't really hit me. Like Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey didn't really hit. I haven't played God of War though, so that's not fair. Spider-Man was pretty good. You know what? Spider-Man might take the title. I really like Spider-Man.
I like Spider-Man more than I like God of War, and I get flack for saying that, but I don't care.
And why was that? Was it just faster for you?
I just like the game better.
God of War is not open world though, right?
Kind of.
Because I know you like wasting time doing nothing, so Spider-Man plays to that.
It kind of is.
Yeah. Okay.
There's open world elements. I
forgot Octopath Traveler. You know, Octopath Traveler was good, but it's been collecting dust, and I'm only at chapter 3, so it didn't win me over as much as I thought. As much as I wanted it to. Hollow Knight was a pleasant surprise, even though that didn't come out this year.
So it's not eligible, sir.
No. Yeah, Spider-Man gets my vote. Santiago says it's Octopath for him, with Red Dead 2 right behind it.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I never finished Octo though.
Neither did I. I don't know. Once I can start seeing a game's formula, I get really turned off. And Octopath does that. It's like, go here, here's your dungeon, move on, here's your dungeon. Like, it's very piecemeal. It's very obvious that it's a game that works very well for handheld. But I don't play handheld that often, so. Sean's beard scratching ASMR. Look at that. When are you gonna start your ASMR channel, sir?
Never. That's just, I don't understand that shit. I don't like it.
Is whisper like this.
But I don't understand why people like that stuff. Like, they say it's relaxing. Like,
it gives them
go smoke a cigarette, go jerk off, take a hot bath. Like, that's relaxing. Like, listening to some random ass person you don't even know whisper just about random shit. That's scary. Like, okay, imagine if you woke up and you were taking a bath. Okay, cool. That's relaxing. Granted, it's not an ice bath and your kidney's missing.
What?
But it's like, but if you woke up and some motherfucker was whispering to you, like, that's creepy.
Okay,
as shit.
But people aren't listening to ASMR to wake up. It's to go to sleep, so it's like they're cuddling the person.
Still, I actually took when was that? It was a couple days ago last week. I said that wrong. But anyways, I was watching like some AVGN episode, I think, and like I fell asleep and I took a nap, and in the episode, like a doorbell rang and the doorbell woke me up, and then I heard people talking, and I thought they were in my house. And so like I got up out of bed. I was like, what's going on? Who's here? And then I realized it was a laptop. Like, that's the ASMR thing. Like, you know, like
James,
you know what
why
I
are you
would
in
do?
my house?
You know what I would do?
What would you do?
I would do an ASMR and then like 8 minutes and 37 seconds into it, just be like, "Ah!" Just to fuck with people.
And they would stop following you right there.
Yeah, probably.
Have you seen the I feel like I've asked you this, but have you seen the microphones which are like ear shaped? So you can actually like rub the ears? It's specifically for ASMR.
I mean, I'm not gonna like super knock it. You know, it is what it is.
Knock it
but
till you try it.
if people like that shit, that's cool. You're not hurting no one. But I think that shit is weird, and that's okay. You can think things are weird without being offended that the person thinks it's weird.
You know,
I ate the packet already.
Yeah,
if I had another, I would eat it, but I gotta save them. But actually, I got my fake chicken tacos from McDonald's last night, and I think they caught on what I'm doing because that's why they put it in the picante. You get the ranch chicken snackers, right?
Right.
With no ranch, and so it's chicken, lettuce, and cheese.
Right.
That's a fucking taco if you threw some tomatoes on there.
Ah.
So I just stock up on my picante sauce that you get with the breakfast burritos, which is sausage, cheese, and egg. Right. Because they always give you these. Right. And then I just use them on there, and it's like fucking delivered tacos to my house, and they're like $1.50 a piece. You get like 3 of those and like a cheeseburger for $8. Like you're set. You're good.
That's not a bad idea. You can also probably just ask them for more sauce too. Like when you buy the chicken.
Okay. That would require me going to McDonald's and talking.
Oh, this is all delivered to you.
Uber Eats, my boy.
Oh man, how much are those?
How much is my?
Oh my God, I haven't told you. Have I told you about my skip the dishes adventure?
Yes, oh Jesus Christ, we talked the first night you did it, and you told me how much money you made.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you the story about it, did I?
Oh, I didn't know.
No. Yeah, I don't think I told you the story. I just gave you the details about it. It's a whole other world, man. Like I parked into. Do you guys have a Swiss Chalet? And you guys got that right in the U.S.
I don't know what that is.
Oh shit! It's like a rotisserie chicken place.
Okay.
Anyways,
like Blossom Market.
Yeah, so I go to pick up an order there, and like the whole parking lot's full, and there's a place that says like courier. And for those who don't know, this is my first time that I actually did like manual work in like 10 years to try out and do like a courier thing. So Skip the Dishes is like Uber Eats here in Canada. I don't know if it exists in the US. So it's my first time doing it. See if I can get a little bit of extra income. So I'm already stressed out because like I'm on this thing where like, as soon as that order like goes off on your phone, you gotta get that food to the people. So I felt like food Santa the whole night. It was pretty cool. So anyways, this place, Swiss Chalet, has an order. I come in, parking lot's full. There's one spot where it says like for couriers only. So I pull up there, but there's some like people hanging out. Like it looks like the Swiss Chalet gang pretty much. And it's the couriers of that specific company. And as soon as I pull in, they're like, "Hey, you can't park in here." And I roll my window. I'm like, "I'm just picking up an order. Like, I'm in and out. I'm courier." They're like, No. This is for couriers only." And like, his buddy looks like in my back seat, and I have my bag. He's like, No, he's one of us. It's cool. And then the other guy like peeks in. He's like, he's one of the competition, eh? And like, I felt like I was like in like the wrong territory. I'm like, oh my God, I'm just trying to get some food to people, and like I'm entering like this whole like courier mob fair like scene. So anyways, yeah, I get the food. I run out of there. And that was
They're probably just fucking with
They were totally. They were like experienced seasoned people. Like, I'm just trying to get more of your food to people. Just let me go. The first order I did was so weird. Like I was looking at the system. And it's pretty easy. Like you order online. People order online. So there's no like money exchange for me, right? It's all taken care of. I'm just supposed to get the food, bring it to the person. And they do take cash orders. I'm like, who takes cash orders these days? And the cash order is like a huge hassle. Boom, the first order that comes in that I have to do, cash order, which means I'm supposed to give the exact change to the restaurant. And then I collect like a little inflated amount from the customer. So you have to like keep a float on you to do that. And it also happened to be like all the other places I picked up that night, I just walked up to the front counter, grabbed the food. This place, they made me go through the back door, through the kitchen, which was empty. It was just creepy. I was lost. I didn't know how the app worked. I'm wandering around a kitchen. It was just, I ended up being late. I was stressed. I didn't know on the app you had to like indicate like when you picked up the food, when you're driving, all that. So like I looked probably even more late for the client. It was stressful. But overall, by the end of it, it was pretty good.
See, Uber Eats is easy. I go on there, I put in my food, And then I sit there, and then it's like, okay, we're cooking your food. Okay, Rezwan brought me McDonald's last night.
Yeah.
Okay, Rezwan picked up your food. Here's where he is, and
Yeah, yeah.
shows his
So we
little
do.
tracker.
Skip the Dishes does that too.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, Rezwan's here, and then I go outside. I'm like, thank you. It comes out of my PayPal. I eat my food.
That's why I was more scared because like I always order from Skip the Dishes, so I know how it works, and I know that they can see the car. So I'm like, oh shit, they can see like where I am, and I took a few wrong turns and I got lost. I'm like, oh no, they can all see this.
They were bitching. I always do. I'm like, where the fuck are you going? Why are you going that way?
Yeah, I do it too. So I'm like, shit, I'm on the other end now. Anyways, why is Sean? What? Sean's taking his top off? Why are we at?
No.
No. But
yeah, Rezwan.
At the Game Awards, we do oftentimes Sean does bring out his specialty burning the chest hair technique.
I don't know if I could do that here.
Did you get what?
The fire alarms work here.
Oh.
Fire alarms didn't work at my old place.
Oh.
They were just there for show.
Okay. Last few comments here. Ariel says, I like to put the Taco Bell taco sauce on the McDonald's chicken snack wraps. I was like getting extra cheese. It's a good combo. You guys got some good tricks on how to improve these fast food. Yeah, mafia cooks, more like mafia couriers. That's weird. Most places that use Skip don't have their own delivery service, says MDK. Agreed, most don't, but some, they try to tap into as many services as they can. Low batteries, late to the show. Yo, WTF, I'm just now finding out about the split from Nintendo Enthusiast. Not so much a split, but we haven't been on there in over a year. Sean pretty much quit like 2 years ago. No, you officially quit a year ago. You stopped writing for the site, as well as stopped doing video. And I still work for the company that owns and operates Nintendo Enthusiast, which is Enthusiast Gaming. So I'm behind the scenes there. And I'm actually working on a little project for Nintendo Enthusiasts. Otherwise, there's no split. We're all on good terms. All right. Last thing on Uber Eats, the only reason I don't do it as a courier is because they want to inspect your car. Whereas Skip the Dishes, it's just faster and easier. Like I don't have to book an appointment to go to a garage to get my car inspected. All I had to do was buy some bags. So much easier. All right, let's wrap it up for tonight. Sean, what is there to look forward to from you?
My PlayStation Classic comes in tomorrow.
I feel that enthusiasm. That's why you split from Nintendo Enthusiasts.
And other than that, Smash drops this week. You got the Game Awards, which will bring about some news and things like that. Oh yeah,
do you think anything's gonna drop that night?
Yeah, there's over 10 new games confirmed.
Yeah, but you know what Game Awards games are like.
Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be there.
For sure.
I hear that a trilogy with 2 games on the GameCube and 1 on the Wii is going to be there with an HD remaster for the Nintendo Switch.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's actually going to be somewhat popping in terms of new announcements, from what I've heard. And then some reviews will be coming up this week. We just dropped a Warframe video today. Yesterday we dropped 3 videos. Make sure you go watch all those. 2019, the year of the Switch. More in depth about the GameStop situation, and then Sega potentially talking about a Dreamcast Mini. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's about it.
Over here, there's not much on my end, as I don't do too much content these days. I am reviewing a keyboard, which is something I haven't done in a while. So this is a keyboard I'm looking at. I know it's upside down. It's like a $500 keyboard, which is crazy, because the review is definitely not going to reflect that. I'm probably going to go back to my old shitty $10 keyboard after this. There's some good stuff, but there's way too many cons that just make this a pain. And then we're going to do the Game Awards on Thursday. For the Game Awards, if there are any guests that you guys want to see on there, if there's any YouTubers that have been on this show that you want to have hang out with all of us Thursday night, please let me know. Either in the chat right now or hit me up on social media. So it's usually Sean, myself. We usually get 2 other guests. In the past, we've had Rerez for the Game Awards. We've had my friend Lee join us. I don't think she'll be able to make it this year. I've already invited Miss Click and Izzy. Miss Click said no. Izzy's still checking. I'm gonna have to follow up with him. And
she just say flat out no.
She said she was doing something. She had already something planned with her own group of people.
I was hoping she was just like, no. That was it.
No. There was a reason. So yeah, let us know who else you'd like for us to see. Re-Res and Review Tech USA. I don't really have anybody. I don't have contacts to Review Tech USA. Sean might though.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just on his podcast like
Were you?
2 weeks ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at you.
I talk to him all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll get Re-Res again. We'll see.
Hot take!
Does he start his hot takes like that?
The other guy does.
Really?
Was that the guy that I used to not like? No.
No.
It was his brother.
What?
Wasn't his
Oh,
brother?
I think it was the videographer you didn't like.
Oh, yeah.
The camera guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, they don't work together. I don't
Fuck
see
that
them.
bitch.
Right.
Where you at now, son? Where you at now, son? We got plaques on the wall.
In a box. It's not even on the wall. It's in a box. It's like, oh, this is nice. Box. What else you got? What else is in that box?
What's
What's in the
Xbox.
box?
There's an original Xbox.
So random.
My collection of disc Wii games.
What do you mean your collection of disc Wii games? Like, is
Like
it one of those old CD holders with like you flip?
Yeah.
Can you show that right now?
No, man. The Xbox is on top of it, and the
geez.
Xbox is modded, so it's kind of heavy.
Oh my god. You're a mess sometimes. Philip? Philippe? Yeah, let's get him. Philippe and 8-Bit Block. What a great duo. That would be great on here.
I'll be sick that day.
You're always sick for Game Awards. All right. Yeah, keep hitting me up on social media. Don't forget to enter the giveaway if you haven't. I'm going to be drawing the winners in like 20 minutes offline, and I'll be messaging all of you. So if you want some Star Wars games, hit that giveaway right now. And we'll see you all later this week. Until then, keep it classy, as Sean would say.
Keep it classy.
See you guys later.